If you want to get some kids from New Orleans excited for a new school year,
We about to get our book sacks.
just bring together a few Saints players.
I'm going to say, hey Cam.
You ain't got to grow no more if you play running back. Like, you can be right there.
Because every kid here
Which book sack you rather like? I want Fortnite.
received their backpack from a Saints player.
Fortnite.
9-year-old twins Tyrone and Tyree Diggs are starting 4th grade.
Batman and some Fortnite. Can you show us some Fortnite moves? Oh, Fortnite. Okay, me?
And they're part of 200 kids from different parishes who were given a free backpack with school supplies.
Nervous, but awesome. I feel like happy.
Cam Jordan and Teron Armstead head up the back-to-school giveaway.
And at the end of the day, it's just, it's always the positive influence of outside force, letting them know that we care about them.
In addition to receiving a backpack, all of the kids were given a $40 gift card to shop for school supplies. But their favorite part of this event was, of course, meeting the Saints players.
There we go.
I get to see Cam Jordan.
There's nothing work about this. We're getting out cracking jokes, smiles with the people in the community, the fans, the ones that make everything happen.
And as these fans are ready for what they expect to be a successful season on the field,
We're just trying to do the most we can to actually, touch, impact.
these Saints players are pushing these kids
It's all about that whole positive push just to get them ready.
for a successful year in the classroom.
Here you go.
In Metairie, Erica Ferrando, Eyewitness News.